money still moves like it's stuck in dial-up. What's the easiest way to explain the problem that you're fixing to someone who thinks Venmo already solved payments?
Payments have improved substantially in individual countries. And in fact, in many developed countries, we don't even feel the pain point of it anymore. We have many ways to pay. We have all sort of rewards programs. But behind the scene, the infrastructure for payments has been the same for decades. It's clunky. It doesn't allow new startups and new players to really compete. And therefore, from an incumbent's perspective, it's a pretty good market. Crypto can revolutionize all of that. It can make payments not only seamless, low cost, and globally available, but it can also allow new players to enter and compete so that consumers and businesses can really benefit from this new technology.
Yeah, and Christian, I was doing my due diligence on you before we had you on the show, and I saw that you talk about connecting people to the money grid. For the non-startup crowd in the audience, what is that in plain English, and why should we care about it?
It's a truly open network for money movement. Why does truly open matter? We're seeing every day, even just yesterday with the announcement of Tempo and some of these new corp chains, more and more projects come in where fintechs, neobanks, or others, including established stablecoin issuers, are really trying to control the entire payment stack. But we need something new. After all, crypto was designed to break through the walled gardens of large digital platforms and financial incumbents. We need a solution that anyone can connect to and send and receive freely in a network that they can truly own. That network is Bitcoin, and that network needs to be available to everyone so that they can really benefit from this financial renaissance.
Yeah, and most, or not most, but a lot of companies out there, crypto companies, will just invent their own chains, like they're just launching a new energy drink or something. You, however, chose to build on Bitcoin and Lightning. Why stick to the OG rails instead of, I don't know, making Christian coin or something?
Well, we tried that, right? So with Libra, we had state-of-the-art technology. We had one of the best blockchains at the time, a new programming language on top of it. But the reality is that the change in this space is not about the technology. It's not about better engineering. It's really about governance and decentralization. If you want to change market structure, if you want new players to be able to scale products and services in a way that is truly, truly novel, that network needs to be open and interoperable. Otherwise, we're recreating, the card networks just with different technology. That led us back to Bitcoin, the digital asset, of course, with the longest history, with a track record of decentralization, and also global liquidity. People often look at stablecoins as a way to send money across borders, but as it turns out, if you can come in and out of Bitcoin, Bitcoin is a great pipe. Bitcoin is a great technology for moving value 24/7 anywhere around the globe. Of course, people often still need fiat, and so you do need those on and off ramps. You do need those conversions. And part of the money grid vision, is really about connecting neobanks, wallets, fintechs, non-custodial wallets, all to the same technology stack so that everyone can move money as simple as sending an email.
And you brought me to my next question, which was great, because Lightspark supports everyone from banks to wallets to exchanges, which begs the question, how do you build infrastructure that scales across all of them without just becoming some kind of financial duct tape? What is that process like?
I think it goes back to building foundational technology. So when we started, the only technology available for scaling Bitcoin was really Lightning. So we invested the first year and a half of Lightspark's life. My CTO, Kevin Hurley, spent countless nights trying to make Lightning actually enterprise grade. When we were beginning, you couldn't send $50 across Lightning reliably. Most of those payments would fail. So we developed AI ML technology, for example, to ensure that those payments were always fast, reliable, and could be spliced on one side and recomposed on the other hand. That's all stuff that happens behind the scenes that turns Bitcoin into modern financial infrastructure. The strength of Bitcoin, of course, is decentralization, but Bitcoin layer one is so limited, right? In terms of TPS, in terms of what it can actually do relative to other networks. And so by scaling Lightning, we had a first solution that worked really well for custodial wallets. So if you're a large crypto exchange, today more than 15% of all Coinbase Bitcoin transactions are powered by Lightspark. Lightning is great. You can send, tiny amounts of Bitcoin in real time all over the globe. But the next wave, and this is why we embarked on the journey around Spark, is making Bitcoin really scale for billions of people. For that, you need to have a solution where you can have non-custodial wallets that can be created really rapidly for anyone, maybe with an SMS or with a message. And people can rapidly enter the Bitcoin ecosystem with as low friction as possible. That's kind of the next wave. That is all about reducing the cost of really scaling Bitcoins to a much larger user base, and lots of new use cases. Think about Bitcoin rewards that can be seamlessly delivered to anyone around the globe. Today, if you're a neobank trying to move value, sure, you could go through a stable coin, but it turns out that Bitcoin is often cheaper, more liquid, and more available. So it becomes this massive connector between all these domestic payment system and domestic rails. I think as that role becomes more important, of course, the value of the asset is likely to go up. The network becomes a lot more sustainable, even from a security perspective. But long term, it becomes critical infrastructure for building things in the financial sector. I think that was Satoshi's vision, right? When you think about peer-to-peer cash, that was a big part of it. We haven't seen it yet. Hopefully we can bring it to life over the next 10 years.
Absolutely. Boy, your answer to that question is so much better than mine. I need to get better at that. All right, so Christian, we're running out of time here. Before we let you go, though, we play a fun game with all of our guests on this show. And here's the game. By the end of 2025, everybody's eagerly waiting to see what Bitcoin's price will end up. There's crazy predictions. People are saying 130. Some people are saying 500,000 to a million. Our game is, I want you just to give me an exact number of what you think Bitcoin's price will be at the end of 2025. It's not financial advice. This is all fun and games. And we have our list of all the people who've been on the show that have done the same. And whoever wins at the end, we're sending a Roxom Patagonia to at the end of the year. So what do you think? And all of your insights and wisdom in the space, what are you expecting the Bitcoin price to be by the end of 2025?
So because of the tariffs and all the macro turmoil at the moment, I would say 157,021 cents. The 21 is mostly, tribute to Bitcoin.